All right, here we go. In 3, 2. Hello, D-Gens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes, Happy Hour Sports Talk. I, of course, am the bro-picked one, AJ. Joining me today, he is the young gun. He is the kid, Joe. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me on here. I know I look a little ridiculous. I had to
I love it.
hype it
I
up,
love
guys.
it.
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Dude,
What's going
doing
on?
great. Doing great. A lot going on in the sports world. I know the NFL's winding down a little bit, but dude, college basketball's happening. UFC, it's that time of the year. The UFC's back. We'll get to that in a moment. And maybe a little MLB talk. We'll see what happens. But before we go any further, Joe, we do got to pay some bills. Shout out to everyone watching here on Rumble, over on YouTube. Y'all are the best. If you like what we're cooking, please hit those like buttons, hit the follow buttons. Does help us out a lot more than you know. But
Hit the button.
Joe, hit the button. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Let them know. No, let them know.
Come on, hit the button.
Appreciate it. There we go. We need that. We need it. There we go. Let's run through a brick wall, Joe. I love it. But speaking of running through a brick wall, dude, I had the opportunity this weekend to go to UFC 324. First fights on Paramount, first fights of the year and everything out there in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I got to tell you, bro, I've been to a lot. I've been to every, major sporting event outside of soccer. I've not been to a professional soccer game yet. And different games, different, playoffs versus regular season. I've seen a lot of it outside of playoff hockey because, RIP Coyotes. But, it was one of the most interesting, events I've ever been to, and like in the best way possible. Like, I really don't know how to describe it outside of like like what I imagine it was like in Rome with the gladiators, you know what I mean? Like
Electric.
Going into an arena, electric, going into the arena, seeing two guys with their bare hands just walking into the ring and absolutely smashing the shit. Well, some of them smashed the shit out of each other. Shout out to Justin Gaethje, giving a good one to Patty there. I mean,
I was gonna hit you. I was gonna hit you with that immediate elephant in the room,
dude. Let's take a minute. First of all, Patty is probably the greatest fight promoter of a fight since Conor McGregor. Like his shit talking, how he gets under people's skin, and and you saw it in the press conferences and everything like that in the comments. And then the thing that he's been saying, I'm a Scouser. Scousers don't get knocked out, lad. Like, bro. Like in the arena, you could hear like Gaethje throwing these absolute bombs on Pimlet and everything, and it was awesome. It was one of the best fights, I will say. Going to decision, I was extremely scared. I had some money on Gaethje, obviously. We were there for Gaethje from my wife's hometown and everything like that. We wanted to see him fight in what might be his last time in Vegas.
True,
but like my one thing I hate about the UFC is these fucking judges. Like, I'm so sorry. UFC is how big of an organization with how much money, and they can't even get officiating right. And I understand it has to do with like not gaming commissions, athletic commissions in different states and yada, yada, and who can be a judge. And boxing has this issue too. And combat sports in general have this issue, but it just feels like there's too many people in positions that to make those decisions that don't know enough about the sport or don't care enough about the sport. I compare it almost to the AP in college football and everything like that. And now it just feels like they get everything right. But I don't know about you, bro, but every time I watch a fight, like the few fights I do watch every year, it feels like the judges are always shit. Or if I talk to a buddy, it's like, dude, the judges were on acid this weekend or something. Like it's trippy, bro. Any thoughts on that?
Well, hey, it was unanimous. I got to give it to Gaethje. He, agreed. Best promoter, I think UFC's got. I mean, Dana White loves him, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
clearly.
100%. But I think Gaethje's the man. It's been known.
Yeah.
And he backed it up. If you're hearing punches, I mean, sheesh.
It was wild, dude.
Here's the thing. I didn't see the fight. I watched some highlights. I do not have enough good opinions on it. Everyone kept pointing out the eye poke and whatever. It was unanimous.
Okay. So, by the way, I want everyone to just for a second. Everyone points out Gaethje eye poking Pimlet, and yes, absolutely an eye poke. No ifs, ands, or buts. Pimlet kicked Gaethje in the dick in like the second round, first round.
See, I
like
didn't see
in
that.
square in the dick, bro. Like exactly because Gaethje won, and so no one like who gives a shit. Like Gaethje
Yep.
won unanimous. It doesn't matter if Patty tried to cheat or whatever, but Gaethje got kicked square in the dick. But it, it was
Oh, dude.
it
And
was rough, dude.
have you seen like clips? Oh, you not that we should do it, but have you seen those clips of like someone they have Powhatan, he's just kicking a lady in the calf, and her calf like doubled
Oh
in
yeah.
size in
Yeah,
minutes.
dude. No,
You can't have it.
calf kicks are the worst, bro. Calf
Oh,
kicks, leg kicks in general. Like if you get a solid like dead horse going, especially like on your hammy, you're fucked, dude. You're just
hey,
fucked.
well, good news is Gaethje doesn't have to pay for a vasectomy. He already got one.
No, that's for damn sure.
Um,
But
yes, getting
Gaethje
us
does
off
come away
topic.
with the inner. No, you're good, dude. Gaethje does come away with the interim lightweight title. Most likely a unification fight coming next with Ilia Topuria. I know I fuck up that last name. I've heard it 1.5 billion times. I still can't pronounce it right. I'm gonna deal with it. I do want to address an elephant in the room though, and I'm always so cautious when I do this because I want to say what it takes to actually train and get into a cage and fight takes a lot. And it takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of training. It takes a lot of preparation. It takes a lot of balls to get in that cage and get it done.
Oh my God.
And the women that do it are incredible. But the 2 women's fights we watched, and it was supposed to be 3, but one of them got canceled due to an injury, unfortunately. It's I refer it to the WNBA. McCormick in the chat. What's
Let's
good, brother?
fucking go. Come
You know,
on.
but like if
Sorry.
the WNBA, if they lowered the hoops just a foot and the women can now dunk now, if they bring in the 3-point line a little bit, it's a better paced game. It's a more exciting game, etc. Shaquille O'Neal alone came out and said that and everything. And you watch the Summer Olympics and women's judo and freestyle wrestling and everything like that. It's very fast paced. It's very quick. You're talking about smaller confinement. It's not these big ass UFC cages. I can't remember the exact dimensions right now, but it's not these big ass cages. And unfortunately, a lot of the fight was, a lot of jab and dance, a lot of shoot and block dance, and if it did go to the ground, they got back up quickly, which again is impressive, but then it leads to, just more dancing and more feeling out. And 3 rounds, I get it. Not the, these aren't 5-round championship fights, but it feels like we're losing some of that. And granted, it is lightweights, it is featherweights. And so that you do have a little bit more of that history of wanting to grapple and not get the knockouts. But even at that point, and then you add on top of it, the judges getting everything wrong and just feels like they didn't watch the fight whatsoever. It's frustrating. And I feel for these women who train so hard and everything. It's rough, but unfortunately, it's one of those situations where the organization would need to change. And I mean, we've seen one that is just starting now to be somewhat successful. And I mean, I'm not going to try to tell Dana White what the fuck to do. I mean, that man has started more promotions and companies than I think I can ever dream of. But I don't know, Joe. I want to see good stuff. You know what I mean? I want to see good stuff, which is where it all comes from.
I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
we need, well, I think we're missing, think of a Ronda Rousey, someone who drew the crowd in. How do you get that back? If you're Dana White, or does he not care enough? He's like, the women don't bring in enough money.
Well,
what is it?
It was Ronda Rousey that made him kind of finally decide to, start promoting women's fights and starting to have women in the UFC. And, you have had, the cyborgs, you have had the Nunez, you have had, et cetera, et cetera. And it just feels like that golden age is going away. And I know they're trying to get more. I know they're trying to figure it out. But if we want an immediate answer, let's shrink that thing up a little bit, not let them run around as far as, in much of a space as they can. And, if they need to put up a temporary cage, the WWE puts up temporary fucking cages all the time. It's not that fucking hard. And they're the same company, TKO now. So I'm sure they can share some insider trading tips. Wild stuff though, bro. I highly recommend it. You got to go to a UFC event. And if anyone hasn't gone to a UFC event, and granted, unless you're just not a fight fan, if you just Noah, for example, he just doesn't that's not his thing whatsoever. And so no, I'm not going to make him go to a UFC event or anything like that. Yeah. But if it's interests you or something, and it's something you maybe watch every once in a while, dude. And plus weekend in Vegas, dude, and you book it out far enough in advance, it's really, it was kind of reasonable. And shout out to Vegas, dude. Last time we were in Vegas for Power Slap a couple months ago, it was dead. Like, I mean, I'm talking like tables empty. I'm talking slot machines empty and everything. Bro, I couldn't find a fucking slot machine to sit it down at this time.
That's
And
awesome.
then the wild thing, bro, the wild thing, like we are on the strip at a solid hotel. And I'm not going to say it just in case I go back again. I don't want any creep showing up or anything like that. But dude, the tables dropped. Like the table prices dropped like halfway through the night. And it wasn't like, like, oh, it's 1:00. I want to keep the degenerates here and everything. Bro, it was like 10:00. And I'm walking past and it was $15 for a hand of blackjack. And I'm like, damn, on the strip right here? Are you kidding me? I loved it, dude. I was a big fan of it. So shout out to Vegas. Seems like they figured out that they kind of fucked it up for the last couple of years. And
I mean,
getting it back.
that's a good sign. That not to go to business there. It sounds like Vegas is drawing in more business. So if they're able to lower their table prices, it's exciting.
Well, dude, exactly. And I think, and granted, UFC fight and everything like that, it could just be a weekend thing. But I mean, I'm still, we still saw a lot of those conventions and everything like that. And all I could wonder when I saw those people in convention is, how big of a company do I have to work? Like, dude, I work for a pretty big company. You know what I mean? Like,
What's
how
it
big
gotta
do I have
take?
to get in there to get to a Vegas, a Vegas
Exactly.
weekend retreat, brother? Like, how big do we have to get?
Yeah.
And we work in the same enough industry. Like, if we got to, okay, that's our goal now for the next 5-10 years of our career. We got to
Vegas
figure
trip?
out how to weasel ourselves into a fully business expense Vegas trip for a
So
seminar, AKA, I don't know, a Super Bowl or something. We can figure it out. We can expense it. But dude, yeah, we need to get to Vegas one time. That'd be a fun time. Anyway, dude, you want to talk some football?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Wow.
Dude.
I don't listen to my picks, y'all. Only one I got right was the friggin' I knew the Patriots would get there. I don't think they're gonna win, but yes, talk. I'm not. Come on.
Ooh, yeah. Hey, you didn't. Hey, for the first time being on the show and everything like that, you really didn't do that bad with your picks. So I do respect you there. And and it takes balls. You got to say it takes balls to get out here on a platform and to say like, hey, this is what I think. This is where I'm going for. You did a great job, Jez. So just be better next time.
Exactly.
But being better next time and all of that, that sounds like a message from a head coach. You know what I mean? A head coach that, won, I think, total of 8 Super Bowls, 6 as a head coach with one of the best quarterbacks ever, with a team of just absolute superstars. And then after he was fired from there, decided to go back to college and had one down year, but then comes back with the 15th best recruiting class in the country, and including transfer portal and everything like that. Just for a bunch of absolute nobodies who haven't done a damn thing with their life except put a couple things on a piece of paper. Tell him, hey, bud, you ain't a first ballot Hall of Famer. You're not him, pal. You're not him. You're not him. And I mean, we're talking about Bill Belichick right now, bro.
Yup.
Because
the little engine that needed a pill first.
Yes. Fucking shout out Shane Gillis. That's Shane Gillis, right?
That is Shane Gillis.
Dude, shout out Shane Gillis. He's the fucking man. But yeah, Bill Belichick was notified earlier this month after voting that he would not be at NFL honors next week for Super Bowl week, accepting a bust in Canton.
This is crazy news.
Bro. Gosh. So just for, just again, let's go ahead and hype up Bill Belichick, not talk about college and his new girlfriend and everything. But as a head coach in the NFL, 333 wins, 178 losses. Woo. 333 wins, 178 losses. Okay. By the way, do you want to know the only person who has, a better winning percentage than him?
I'm seeing it, but you need to tell me because I don't even know the team.
No. His name is Don Shula, one of the greatest head coaches to ever live or anything like that. And so, yeah, the biggest question here is like, what the actual fuck? Like, what in the world is going on? Because I can't make heads or tails of it. Some people from Belichick's side have come out and said essentially like it's political, but like not in the Democrat Republican way, but like how he handled business as a head coach / GM and yada, yada, yada. And, it's a bunch of pissed off NFL writers that are doing this. And they're probably not happy that the Patriots are all the way back. We'll get to the conference championship in a minute, but bro, Like, what do you think about this? Because, we kind of like our childhood was kind of growing up through the Patriots dynasty, seeing Brady and Belichick, every other year or 2 years in a row, grabbing the Lombardi and celebrating, and Gronk trying to break shit all the time. And
Wow.
God,
Like,
dude.
you're right. You got one. You have probably one of the most winningest, other than, like you said, other than Don, the man. You have the most winning
Donnie
coach,
boy.
and they're gonna wait. Um, it's a shock. I mean, like, I get it. They're probably he's destined for it. He will get it. Um, maybe they just were like give him some time. I don't want to defend him. I mean, he should, he will, but why is the question. You're right. Is there really there's political drama there? All right.
But like, again, I don't know, dude. Like, the NFL, you know what I mean? Like, where you really like figure out how much you're worth as a person, like how much you get paid per contract, how, if you're on the trading block or not, what the team thinks of you, if you're a hassle, or if same thing with a head coach. These head coaches nowadays, especially, such short leases. We'll get to the coaching cycle in a minute. That's going wild. But with again, like, how do you not just scrape it all away and just look at numbers? You know what I mean? You look at numbers, you look at what he's done, the Super Bowls, the
Oh my God.
the almost having a complete season, almost. And I know you can talk almost, but then I I don't understand, and even with the fallout and everything, the last 2 years there in New England, not great, and now not great in college, but we'll see what happens this year. It's still not a good enough argument for me. That's still
Mm-mm.
not a good enough argument for me to keep him out. And fine, you want to wait a year to see if he goes back to the NFL after winning a natty next year with UNC. Fine, I get it, but
It's a hot take. We like it.
hey, I mean, Bill Belichick comes in late, and then now he actually has a full offseason, a full recruiting class, and everything like that. He can work the transfer portal and remind people, yeah, my name is Bill fucking Belichick. Okay.
I'm reading this too. They're saying they're blaming on freaking Spygate and Deflategate. That's like, you're right. The numbers don't lie. What are they
Okay,
doing?
fine. Let's keep that same energy when Sean Payton's going to be up for first ballot.
Exactly,
Let's keep
dude.
that same energy. And it's one of those, let's pick and choose. So, okay, so let's play this out. Tom Brady is going to be not going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer because of Deflategate and because of Spygate. You're
Nope.
telling me the greatest quarterback of our lifetime, probably to live, is not going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
All right, I'm gonna maybe PS people.
Oh,
here.
shut up, you Chiefs fan, you Patrick
No.
Mahomes,
I'm going Joe Montana, man.
All
I'm
right.
going Joe
How about
Montana.
our generation? How about our
Okay.
generation?
Yeah,
Okay, best quarterback
hands down.
of our generation. Joe Montana first ballot. How can Tom Brady not be a first ballot? If you're going to cite Deflategate and everything like that, fine, but that's a wild thing if you're going to cite that. Wild if that's what's being cited.
100%.
Considering Deflategate came up being bullshit, Spygate, yeah, but it's the Patriots, so you let it all slide anyway. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
They let him slide through this year.
Oh,
Hey, they did.
Dude, let's get to it. Let's not even hold it back anymore.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's talk what's going on in the playoffs right now. Conference championship weekend this weekend, and the Patriots are, oh, Jesus, I was not expecting that sound to be on. There we go. Fucking ESPN's ads are the worst. Anyway, but conference championship weekend, your AFC champions, the New England Patriots. And wow, are Patriots fans and massholes all the way back. I can't imagine how insufferable your girlfriend and her family have been in the past 48 hours, considering they had to wait, I'm sorry, another 3-4 years to get back to the Super Bowl. But let's talk about this, dude, because Patriots Broncos ended up being a very interesting game very quickly, as it started off, just a normal cold ass day in Mile High. And then it turns into a snow globe game. I mean, within about a quarter and a half, it is windy. It is snowing. You can't see shit. They had to put the white lines out and everything, the graphics, but Bo Nix and the boys tried to get it done, but couldn't. The Patriots going to the Super Bowl. Joe, what did you think about this game? Oh, excuse me, Jared Stidham. I forgot Stidham was starting in this one. That's my bad. I wanted to talk shit about Bo Nix so bad. I forgot Stiddy was playing. But What were your thoughts on this game, Joe? What did you think of
Oh,
Stidham's attempt at, stepping in for Bo Nix here? What did you think of the weather at the end and some of the choice play calls there?
you know, he kind of gave him the game. Unfortunately, it was that one
Yeah.
turnover. The Broncos had that. I mean, they will be a threat next year, as much as it pains me to say it. And I think if anything, it definitely exposed that Pats team. If the Seahawks run a good scheme, that Pats team's going to struggle. In my opinion, or we're going to have an offensive duel, which could be a great Super Bowl. Excuse me. Oh, but back to the game. Sorry. Just I don't know. I found myself rooting for Denver halfway through.
Oh,
And
did you?
I hate to say that. Yeah, I did, because I was like, I want to see this second string quarterback get it done for him. And it didn't happen. And New England they won it. You need to talk about these calls though. Tell me about these calls.
Dude, Sean Payton making a very questionable, go for it, don't go for it on fourth down. That ended up not turning out in his favor. It's kind of one of those, do you take the points? Do you not take the points? And it was earlier in the game, it's when conditions weren't too bad. And so then, we come around to the fourth quarter. It's a 3-point game and everything like that. You really wish you had those points and make it a ground game on the end, you know what I mean? In overtime and everything like that. But it was it, and I
Couple
hate to, huh?
couple missed field goals too. Keep going.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, absolutely. No, absolutely. Couple missed field goals. It was a close game the entire time. And due to the conditions, due to everything, like it ended up being as close as it was. The Patriots seemed to have the Denver on their heels in the second half. It feels like the Patriots, like Mike Vrabel, he is, at the end of the day, Mike Vrabel is so much like Belichick in the fact that he's a sick fuck. Like he lives for the game plan. He lives for the late nights. He lives for the film sessions. And he was so prepared for this game. And I think it really felt evident, made the adjustments necessary in the second quarter. And then I hate to say outcoached Sean Payton in the second half there, bro. I mean, first of all, the fact that Sean Payton didn't have a bounty out on Stephon Diggs within the first half was fascinating to me. It really felt like that was a lock for the game, bro. He's never going to live that down. Again, let's go ahead and cite that when he's up for first ballot Hall of Fame. But hey, shout out Stidham. Yeah, you know what I mean? You haven't played a real NFL game in 2 years. And hey, bud, hey,
Is that one
get ready,
mistake?
bud.
That one mistake was the only game changer that he had, which is great, because that's what, I was kind of doing some research on him. The reason why he doesn't play, because everyone talks so good about him. They're like, oh, Stiddy, we love him. His decision making, and he didn't do too bad there. Some bad throws,
No,
sure, but yeah, go.
one interception, though. I mean, and again, one interception against a very solid Patriots defense. I'm not complaining about that. Especially you had your backup quarterback throw the ball 31 times in the conference championship game, bro. I mean, that's a lot to ask of anyone. You know what I mean? In those conditions, everything like that. The fact that it was only one interception. Shout out to Stidham. I think Denver might give him a little increase to go ahead and stay here tonight.
Oh, dude, we haven't even talked. I see McCormick. He's going right into the bets, and
Right
I have
into it,
to,
dude. Right into it. That's why I
hold
love
up,
this guy.
though.
I love this guy.
Hold up, though, dude. I see the Steelers. Are we gonna talk about that? Are we gonna talk about?
Wait? Where are the Steelers? Where are you seeing
No,
Steelers?
no, no.
You
You
said Pats money line.
look at that profile. He's repping the Steelers, man.
Oh, I can't see that on my end. I don't know
You're
about
good.
that.
So I
Yeah,
mean,
you see, McCormick's got a lot of very interesting taste in sports teams. We'll just leave it at that.
no, I just meant with
But
Mike
thank you for the
McCartney.
basketball picks, McCormick, because I have not had time to research. So I'm going to throw that little parlay in there, and I got a nice little bonus bet this weekend, bro. Ooh, I like this new book I'm with. I like them. But anyway, shout out McCormick.
Shout out.
But dude, I'm with you though. I do think the Broncos are going to be even more dangerous next year, especially still having Bo Nix on that rookie contract and everything. Get a little bit more weapons, but I'll be honest. I'll say this: I don't think Bo Nix is it. I don't think he's the franchise. I don't think he's the guy we're looking at Denver in the next 5-10 years or anything like that. Like he doesn't seem like maybe a rookie and done. He seems like, okay, you're going to get re-signed, but it's not going to be a $50 million a year type deal because you don't really throw the ball downfield and do shit or anything like that. But anyway, dude, shout out Mike Vrabel. I saw the best stat. I saw the best stat, dude. Mike Vrabel and the Patriots have won the same amount of games since like December 21st of 2025 or November 21st of 2025 as the Tennessee Titans have won since they fired Mike Vrabel. So,
wow.
Yeah. If anyone is punching air right now, it's Titans fans seeing seeing them go for it.
Oh, dude. I was going back to the black and gold, man. I thought we were going to talk about McCartney. I wanted to hear his opinion. That's the only reason I brought it up.
Let's talk Rams Seahawks, and then I want to talk McCarthy. Absolutely. Because that's on the list. Don't you worry, because I got some things, and I want to hear McCormick's on that. Go ahead, McCormick, put it in the chat, and we will get to that next, because I got a lot to say about this one really quick, dude. Rams Seahawks makes me the most pissed off person in the world that the Arizona Cardinals freaking exist. Like, the Coyotes at least were on an upswing when they took our team away. That's what they're going to do with the Arizona Cardinals next. Bidwell's going to get this team on an upswing. They're going to move them back to St. Louis, and then I'm going to be without an NFL team, and I'm going to be a fucking Bears fan or something like that. Anyway, but here's my big thing. Here's my big takeaway from this one, because I thought this was a typical NFC West Seattle Seahawks Rams game. We've seen this game twice already this year. It felt very much of the same script. I am no longer going to say Sam Darnold sees ghost. I am no longer going to make that joke. I am no longer going to reference it, because there was one point, and it's where that stat line says 3 sacks off 25 pressures. It was 2 of those sacks, because 2 of those sacks came in a row on a second down and a third down. And after that, I was like, all right, this is where we see where Sam Darnold's at. Is he a quarterback that can go out and win this game? Or is he seeing ghost again because he's worried that his line's not protecting him? Nope. He gave faith his line was going to protect him. He goes ahead and goes 25 for 36 with 346 yards on this Rams defense that's just been absolutely mollywopping anyone, with defensive ends that have just been terrorizing quarterbacks. And he goes ahead and goes out and do 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. The 3 sacks really the only thing on, like we need to fix that up. But I'm done saying he sees ghosts, dude. Like, Sam Darnold, and this is the other fan base that is punching air right now, because the Jets drafted him for a 3rd round pick.
They gave up on him.
Excuse me, a number 3 overall pick. And now he's going to be competing for a Super Bowl on the other side, literal other side of the country from them. And I got to say, shout out to Sam Darnold, keeping business, not giving into the smoke or anything like that, and just keeping it the way you are. But damn, dude, it was a hell of a game. It was a hell of a football game, a nail-biting 4th quarter. What were your takeaways?
Oh, my goodness, dude. That team knows how to score. And yes, it was way closer. I mean, good on the Rams. Some tough calls there at the end.
Dude, yeah, some very tough. And so let me get your opinion on this, because it felt like, for me, again, a very typical NFC West game. Like, we're going to go ahead and let the boys play. It's a playoff game. We're going to let the boys play. And then it feels like it's always these last 2 minutes, the last 5 minutes, 7 minutes, and all of a sudden ticky-tack bullshit comes out. And am I just seeing things? Are you kind of seeing the same thing, or?
Yeah, I like it when they let him play. And then I feel like it's exactly what you said. Here towards the 4th quarter, they start calling these things. It's like, dude, you've been letting them do it all game. You've been missing those calls all game. Why does it come down here, like, when you think you're just going to get away with it? I don't know.
Yeah.
That being said, Seahawks, I still think they won that game fair and square, some rough offensive looks for the Rams. And another last thing, Seattle's red zone is
Oh,
really freaking
dude.
good, underrated in my
Dude.
opinion.
And so that was my big thing going into this game was the last game they played Rams Seattle at the end of the season. Devontae Adams was out. He had a hamstring injury. He wasn't playing in this game, and he's their big red zone guy. And so I was like, all right, well, Devontae's back. They're going to be looking. Dude, Devontae who, bro? Was he even in the game on Sunday? Like, I couldn't find him. He didn't catch a lot. I mean, what did he end up doing? What was the damage he ended up putting up? Because it wasn't much. 4 receptions off 6 targets for 89 yards. Granted, he had some good, some deep balls and everything like that, but not being able to get there. And he did get a touchdown, but still, like, you were looking for a little bit more there. And Puka Nacua, 9 receptions for 165 yards and a touchdown. Like, it felt like it was there, but we're in this alternate reality, the upside down, to take words out of, what is that show? Stranger Things? Am I getting my pop culture correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Where Sam Darnold is just too good. Sam Darnold is just too good. And also, I do think it hurt the Rams a lot that, and no one's going to talk about this. And I think this is and no one talked about this for the last 2 days. And it kind of pisses me off because this is a big point of why Seattle won. You remember Rashid Shaheed?
Yep.
Yeah, he returned a kick the other week. And so what did the Rams not do this week? Let him touch the ball whatsoever. And so every kickoff was starting at the 35. And so you're automatically, because you don't want to get blown through like that because he has that speed. Again, I said it when the trade deadline happened. That was the best move of the trade deadline, was Rashid Shaheed to them, because now JSN opens up a lot more. Cooper Kupp opens up a lot more. And I mean, JSN, 10 receptions, 153 yards off 12 targets. Bro, tell me he is not the number 1 overall wide receiver next year in fantasy football.
It's crazy.
Tell me he's not, dude. I mean, him or Puka. I think Puka might still get it just because, I don't know, it's not the Seahawks, but who knows? I feel like the public hates the Seahawks. Do you get that vibe?
Yeah. Except if you're a Seahawks fan, you're a diehard Seahawks fan.
Bro, they are the 12s, bro. Like, they are Seahawks. I got one in the office, bro. And I told him before I left for Vegas, I was like, hey, man, like, good luck this weekend and everything. I do want you to know, though, because I do respect you and I do consider you a friend and a good coworker here. I am putting my American currency on the Rams to win this game outright. He said, friendship over. Fuck you. Like, in corporate speak, of course, though. And then he had no problem walking over to me Monday morning, first thing when he walked in. So how's your bank account looking, bud? God, dude, just going straight for the jugular. Congrats on the win, but fuck.
Here's another thing too, just to make you think. Don't you think it's a little weird that from that 2018 draft class, Sam Darnold is the one who's playing a Super Bowl when he was drafted with Josh Allen, Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson.
Listen, it's again, you gotta respect the Jets front office for knowing what they were doing
and giving up.
They drafted a Super Bowl they drafted a Super Bowl caliber quarterback, and then proceeded to not do shit. You gotta love it.
What are the Vikings doing?
Oh, yeah, the Vikings. Dude, yeah, that's right. The Vikings fans have got to be punching air right now because they're so with J.J. McCarthy, who can't stay healthy. Addison and fucking Jay Jetto's out of the building this offseason. I mean, unless Aaron Rodgers completes the story, completes the Brett Favre arc, and goes to the Minnesota Vikings. But that might not happen, Joe. That's called a transition, as the Pittsburgh Steelers have gone ahead and hired themselves a new head coach, and that head coach would be none other than Pat McAfee Show contributor Mike McCarthy, as he joins the Pittsburgh Steelers. He is a Yinzer guy himself, born and raised out there in Pennsylvania, considers himself a Yins. And hey, after his stint with the Packers and the Cowboys, he does come out 185, 123, and 2 as a head coach. So Not obviously Bill Belichick numbers, but then again, Bill Belichick not able to get in there. Megatron was good, brother. I want to read McCormick's comments first. I do want to read McCormick's comments, excuse me, first. I do not like Mike McCarthy. I do not like McCarthy being head coach, but I think the stabilization for the franchise in general is much needed. My team and the fans that are actually fans stick through thick and thin. That's very fair enough. I would never, ever call a Steelers fan a fair weather fan or team or anything like that. As a fan willing to go through the pain to achieve what my team needs as a franchise, that means players, coaches, and coaching staff I don't like or want for my team. When you dig dirt, expect to eat it too. Shit, McCormick. Shit, McCormick. So obviously, Steeler fans kind of feeling indifferent about this. I've heard a lot of what McCormick's had to say. I've heard a lot of, hey, let's get a Yinzer in there, knows the city, knows what we are, knows what this team is, and everything like that. This kind of feels like a Pete Carroll signing.
Mm-hmm. It does.
It feels like their guy wasn't out there that they want. I think they're going to sign McDermott next offseason. He just announced that he's pulling his name from any head coaching considerations and that he will not interview this year. So I think that might be the long-term plan, and McCarthy kind of knowing that. And maybe they're hoping that, hiring McCarthy is enough to keep Aaron Rodgers. Cause I will say this was the best Aaron Rodgers had looked outside of his time with the Packers and everything like that before he tore his ACL and all that, Achilles, excuse me. It feels like I like McCormick's thought there, a stabilizing move. Like, let's not rock the boat too much. Let's not let these vets leave. This is a strong team we have here. Let's see what it can do and see if we can keep Raj for another year. I don't know, but it feels, and I know everyone's saying it's not a ploy to keep Raj or anything like, who the fuck else are you going to get a quarterback right now?
It's a good. Yeah, you're right, because I was gonna say, why wouldn't they go for Sean? Yeah, good call. Why wouldn't you go for Sean? I mean, defensive-minded coach, Pittsburgh, a dirty defensive team in the best way. Like that is Pittsburgh's defense. Maybe you're right, and I like that. Maybe it is a stabilized play. Maybe it's, can we get a couple good years and draft a couple good quarterbacks? I don't know. I like your thought process on it though.
Maybe so. Again, Rodgers is about to go through that whole phase where he may or may not play football next year, and we'll find out around June if he's going to play or not. But again, not a deep draft class at quarterback. I don't think there's going to be a lot of high-named quarterbacks out there, and Kyler Murray sure as hell doesn't seem like a Pittsburgh quarterback to me.
By the way, why don't the freaking Cardinals try and pick up McDermott?
Well, McDermott, like I said, McDermott's not accepting any more head coaching. And who the fuck wants the Cardinals head coaching job? Why would you take that job? As a fan, as a Cardinals fan, I cannot give you 3 reasons outside of Trey McBride, Michael Wilson, and James Conner to come to this franchise. I mean, this is a piss poor franchise that gets F- on player report cards every single year. It has been through so many head coaches, not enough quarterbacks, and we're having talks about Kyler Murray possibly coming back. Like, fuck me, dude.
I've heard the GM needs to step down. Like, I've heard it's at the upper level.
It's not the GM even. I kind of like the moves Ozenford has made. You take a swing and a miss on on Marvin Harrison Jr., and we don't even really know if it's a miss yet, but he got Trey McBride, he got Michael Wilson, James Conner, like he's done fine, but it's our cheap ass fucking billionaire owner that needs to sell the fucking team. Matt Ishbia would be the guy that I want by him because he loves to spend money in the NBA. And so he needs to come and spend money in the NFL. That's a whole different level of money, brother. But back to the Steelers real quick. I think it'll be very interesting. It's the Steelers. I'm expecting Mike McCarthy to go 9-8, them to maybe win the North and, lose a playoff game.
Well, he did build, statistically, you look at that Cowboys offense, which is mainly Mike McCarthy's offense, probably one of the best receiving offenses out there. And you do have Aaron Rodgers. So, not to sound like I'm living in fairyland, they might really do something pretty cool on offense that we don't see here.
You're right. We could be, going back to what Rodgers knows and loves and everything like that. And, the big reason he went to Pittsburgh, like that was a head coach he respected, like a head coach with an opening that he respected. And he goes there. Mike McCarthy, we know he's respects. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That's going to be a fascinating one. Let's talk about another head coaching signing that didn't take too long, and not surprising it took too long, and interested to see. This is arguably the team I'm most interested in. Atlanta Falcons signed Kevin Stefanski as their head coach. Wild. Kevin Stefanski, a guy that's just getting fired from the Browns job, just won coach of the year a couple of years back. Arguably a lot of decisions that were made with the Browns that didn't, maybe help him in the best possible way. Thinking of getting rid of Baker and getting Deshaun Watson and all of that stuff. But hey, Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowler now, so he's got that under his belt. Did you see that, bro? Can you believe that's what the Pro Bowl is coming? Let's take that. Hold on. Let's take that tangent for a minute.
That he's a pro.
Bro, what are we doing?
That he's a Pro Bowler.
What are we doing, dude? Like, so you're telling me my name just needs to be, I'm about to go legally change my last name to Sanders. Like, if this, like, I should get a promotion at work tomorrow if that's what's going on here, bro. Like, bro comes out and does jack shit. And
oh, I wish I sent you that meme now. There's a meme about like, Shedeur, how did you do this and that while losing like 9 games? He's like, my dad.
That's awesome. But I mean, yeah, I don't even know when the Pro Bowl is this year or what they're doing or anything like that. I bet you Eli and Peyton are excited for the flag football game again or some stupid shit like that. Dude, just so dumb. So dumb. Anyway, Kevin Stefanski, he had a rough time in Cleveland. A lot of decisions that were made and put in front of him. Still a solid coach. And I don't know. What do you think of the Falcons? Because on paper, and I think this is always the issue, on paper, the Falcons look like a solid team with a lot of absolute weapons and everything like that. But, dude, I don't know. It just seems like a lot of, like potential is the downfall of greatness. You know what I mean? And it feels like everyone always talks about the potential of the Falcons and how good this offense could be. Well, who the fuck started in a quarterback? Is it going to be Kirk Cousins, or is it going to be Michael Penix? Because the Michael Penix experiment seems like it's failed. And Kirk Cousins probably is on like the last year, second to last year of his contract. So what's the long-term plan there? Is Kevin going to trade for Deshaun Watson? What's going to I'm joking. That's not happening. But I don't know. What do you think of the Falcons and kind of where they stand? New head coach. I believe new third head coach in the last 4 or 5 years or something like that. So a lot of turnover there at head coach, not a lot of turnover at other positions. What are you thinking?
Bit of an identity crisis. I just remember watching Kirk Cousins. I forgot who they beat. It was a good team that they beat, but Kirk Cousins looked visibly, obviously he's a competitor. He's a top tier quarterback. He looked visibly frustrated with that team. So I don't know if that team needs some maturity. I don't know what they need. I don't know enough about, interesting to give a coach that, hasn't done the greatest, a shot, but I don't know. They have an identity crisis, and
I would agree.
I don't know what they're looking for.
I would agree because they've got, a top tier running back in Bijan Robinson who has potential to be like a top 5 running back. And everyone thinks of him as a top 5 running back, but he's not used as a top 5 running back in the league. And then, Drake London is supposedly great and has breakout games and everything like that, but then goes dormant. And is that play calling? Is that just him sucking ass? Who knows? I mean, I would need to watch a lot more film to make that decision. But I don't know. The Falcons just feel like a more expensive Cardinals.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like they just feel like they have a lot more potential and people see that potential. Atlanta, maybe a more, I guess the owner is more involved and more interested in the team and will spend the money. So maybe that's more drawing than the Cardinals. But I'm just sad that the Cardinals haven't hired anyone yet. And our best hope is, dude, we're going to hire this bum from the Rams. And like, he was a solid OC, but he's so much like Jonathan Gannon. It's Mike. We're hiring Mike LaFleur, Matt LaFleur's brother from Green
Okay.
Bay, and like he's solid OC, but it kind of feels like ASU having Bobby Hurley as a head coach, and they thought they were probably hiring Dan Hurley, and look at UConn, look at ASU type of thing. Yeah. But anyway, other head coaching signing. This one happening today. The Bills promoting their offensive coordinator Joe Brady to be the next head coach, which an interesting offensive head coaching turn. They did interview Phillip Rivers to be the head coach here, and then he ended up pulling out of the head coaching search. Reportedly, the first time he's ever pulled out. Congratulations, Phil Rivers. You now know what it's like. I can't take credit for that one. That one was all over X when it was announced. Like that was the comment section, dude. It was so funny. But Joe Brady's going to be there. Great relationship with Josh Allen, obviously, kind of the reason that offense works. But I'll be honest, dude, it don't fucking matter who the head coach is. That GM is a bum. He is an absolute bum. Josh Allen is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and you got a bunch of nobodies catching for him and a bunch of nobodies who drop the ball. Like, if it's a bunch of nobodies who catch balls, like, that's one conversation, bro. But I don't know. You can hire whoever you want at head coach with Josh Allen at quarterback, and it feels like it's going to be the same old Bills, the same old Bills. Everyone's get super excited. They got this new stadium coming and everything next year, and it's going to be the same disappointment, bruh.
I think it's exciting. I think from switching from a defensive to an offensive standpoint, I think if anything, you're right. They're lacking, but they had what? Stephon Diggs? They got rid of him.
Yeah,
so they
got
thought
rid of
Josh
because
Allen
of share control and every ball share and everything. Like, and I don't know, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're right. It's just like they thought he'd be fine. They're like, oh, he doesn't need receivers. Cool. He put up a good year. Nothing great, Looked like probably similar to the Eagles or a team that did great but fizzled out. And a heartbreaking loss at the end of the season. But I think if they can pick up, like you said, he's a bum, and it's Buffalo, so don't get your hopes up. If they can pick up a good offensive coordinator, and they can teach their receivers, like you said, to not drop the ball, I think they'll do okay. I don't know if they'll go deep, but Josh Allen is that guy. So
yeah, and I'll be interested to see if Joe Brady continues to call plays. They're obviously going to have to hire an OC, like you said, but I'll be interested to see if he still calls play or if he. And that's been the big term in the NFL right now is that CEO head coach and everything like that. It's like, bro, we've been talking about that for 4 years, and the big media is now picking that up. But and like, because you look at the success Mike Vrabel's having and Mike McDonald's having in Seattle, and they're not calling plays, they're not running one particular thing, they're just a head coach. And I think that has been lost. And a lot of head coaches wanting to stick with their roots and do what they're good at to keep their job, but it does hurt you at the end of the day. And I would say look at the Cardinals, but I don't know what the fuck they've been doing the last 5 years. So who knows, dude? Who knows there? Last kind of thing I want to talk about, Titans. The Titans have hired an offensive coordinator, and that offensive coordinator will be none other than Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll, it will be the offensive coordinator for the Titans, but contingent on if he gets the Raiders head coaching position. So as of right now, the Titans head coach, the Titans offensive coordinator, still interviewing for the Raiders head coach. The Raiders seem like they're taking their sweet ass time, which I understand. I kind of respect, but it like kind of with the Cardinals right now, like not a lot of folks available. Maybe they're really waiting for Clint Kubiak after the season's over with the Seahawks. They'll do a quick interview with him and hire him off as the head coach if they have, some tampering shit behind the scenes going on. But no, I think Mike McDonald, Brian Daboll. I got to get these names straight. Brian Daboll is going to, I think he's going to be solid. He's dealing with a solid offense there. I think the world of Cam Ward. I really think Cam Ward is going to be the franchise guy there for the Titans. You saw a lot of good stuff out of him as a rookie with not a lot to work with. And the biggest issue he had was people just weren't catching fucking footballs.
Makes you wonder what would have happened if they, understood that they had, what's his name, Tannehill at quarterback with Mike Rabel, where would they be if they got rid of Tannehill?
Ooh.
Anyway, continue. I'm off track
No,
topic.
you're dude. Again, Titans fans have got to be punching air because again, Tannehill was a solid quarterback. Vrabel took him to a playoff game, and then they ship off Tannehill, and that whole thing goes down. It's wild stuff, dude. It's wild stuff. I guess my point is like if Cam Ward can get a little help, and I think he will get a little help with this new regime and everything. They tried doing some stuff towards the end of free agency to like support him when they figured out that they were drafting him and everything. But man, just pisses me off. All the good candidates are gone, and I'm gonna get stuck with Matt LaFleur's little brother, dude. And then all I'm gonna hear from Noah for the next fucking 5 years because we're gonna sign a 5-year deal with him, and our owner's too cheap to cut anybody. And
Harbaugh's he's lost business, right? I'm way behind. He's already a giant at this point.
John Harbaugh, Giants head coach, which, dude, again, I don't think we talked about this last time. I think that was one of the best moves Harbaugh could have ever made because Harbaugh went from Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry and Zay Flowers to Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterby, and Malik Neighbors. The only one of those people's not on a rookie contract is Malik Neighbors. And so you're telling me they can build a team with a defense that's already fairly solid that needs a little help in secondary, and John Harbaugh is going to be the head coach of that?
Yeah. And they got some good drafts.
Dude, they got great draft picks coming their way. Yeah, John Harbaugh. Like, if there's one team I'm really looking at to make a big turn next year, it's the New York Football Giants because I think the world of Jackson Dart, Cam Scatterby has that ability to turn his brain off and just run through a wall. He's the best, dude. I love Cam. Have you watched any of his live streams?
No. I didn't know you did that. That's comedy.
I don't watch live streamers or anything like, dude, he is just the best, dude. Just the best. Like he needs to be the spokesperson for the NFL. Actually I take that back. Because then people are gonna be like, OCT and yada yada. And it's like, no, he was born this way.
Did that come from a Wildcat? I'm just kidding. Speaking of, they're doing great, by the way. Anyway, off topic, sorry.
Unanimous #1 in the country after we beat the shit out of BYU yesterday. And we did beat the shit out of them. The fucking referees decided to get involved.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch. I was like, that was a 3-point game.
Dude, it was BYU. It was BYU's fixed game to win, and they lost a fixed game. Like it was impressive that the Mormons had that in them. But and it's wild. Everyone's like, why does BYU have so much money? All of a sudden, it's all backed by the Mormon church. Like, let's get real for a second. Like, this is like Saudi Arabia buying a college team. Like, it's the same, but different. But that's a whole other conversation. No one wants, dude, it's crazy. Everyone wants to piss on Live Golf and the golfers for taking, all that money, but they don't give a fuck that the Mormons are paying all these people so much fucking money to stay there. Anyway, that's all I got in the NFL, dude. You got anything else? Anything else in sports, brother? You got anything else you want to talk about?
I can throw it out there. Chiefs brought back their old OC.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
And I guess they're saying that Travis may retire. They're saying he may come back. I know people are excited for that guy to get lost. I think he might have another year in him. Why though? If he comes back, I think it'd be exciting for Chiefs fans. I think Chiefs fans would be like, oh, they think they have it. But I don't know. So anyway.
How do you feel about Eric Bieniemy being back? Because, a lot of report, like he tried to go out and be an OC somewhere else, tried to go be a head coach, and those never materialized. Like the reports coming out that, he's not really a player's coach. And like, granted, he coaches them hard, which Chiefs had a lot of success. But all those reports coming out, and we don't really know when Patrick Mahomes is going to be back. Like, how do you feel this is? Like, where are you at with Eric Bieniemy? Because you've been with him for a long time.
I think he's got great gel, first of all. He fits in. He gels.
That's for sure.
It comes down to the new talent. Is the new talent going to do the same that they built earlier? We've seen it with Tyreek Hill. That team is nothing too special. When they had Tyreek Hill, top team of all time, because that guy beat, So I think it's going to come down to talent. I don't think it's going to come down to him.
Okay, let's put the tinfoil hat on for a second, because I do believe that Tyreek Hill will be available this offseason. How would you feel about a reunion? Pretend he has no more baby mamas. Okay, let's pretend like he's at his max baby mama limit, and he has no more charges brought against him.
You have I say stacked. They were supposed to be stacked receiving core.
I was so excited for Xavier Worthy, dude.
I don't know. He's getting old.
So fucking excited for Xavier Worthy. I know.
Rashid Rice and friggin' I know you with the Cardinals, Hollywood Brown, whatever. There was a lot of excitement.
What a bomb!
And then we even use Juju, who needs to retire.
He just needs to go back to TikTok. Let's be real.
I don't like it because they need a Randy Moss. They don't need. I mean, Mahomes was very inaccurate this year, excuse me. He was inaccurate last year and this year. You need someone who's gonna go grab the fucking ball. Sorry.
So like Justin Jefferson?
Exactly. Someone who's like, I'm beating you, even if this throw is shit. Because Mahomes, great quarterback. Great quarterback. Lost his identity because they were playing Russell Wilson, Sean Payton, Broncos football. First down. We're not going to take any chunk plays except for the occasional wheel route with Xavier Worthy or a long run from Isaiah Pacheco. Anyway, I digress. They need the dogs who can grab the ball. I mean, they don't have it. That's why Travis Kelce hasn't done shit. If you want him in fantasy, cool. I mean, he's great, right? I think Gronk's probably still better.
But let's be very clear. The guy from U of A is 100% better.
100% better. And I don't think he has enough. They don't have enough tools in the shed. And I don't think Tyreek Hill is going to fix that.
So where do you stand on Travis retiring? Because as a guy who's planned a wedding before, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I didn't have billions of dollars at my disposal to plan a wedding. And so I believe that wedding coming up in June, if my wife told me correctly. But I mean, that's a lot to put a man through. And then he's got to get ready for training camp and everything after going on a honeymoon. That's probably going to be a couple $2 billion. And let's be real. He ain't drinking the cheap beer I was drinking. He's drinking that nice shit. And I'm going to be drinking all that nice shit if I was him. So I don't know. If I'm Travis Kelce,
I don't know if I want to retire if I'm him. He should if he wants to. If I'm him, I'm not. Dude. You're marrying. If I know everyone hates Taylor Swift, and yes, you hate the Chiefs. I get it. The Pats are back. Shut the fuck up. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. The best. No. Let's hold on. The best meme of coming out of the Patriots winning on Sunday is the Thanos meme of like, you killed them to get to me at what cost? And it was like, the Chiefs down. You prayed for the Chiefs downfall, and the Patriots are back. Is this what you like? It's great stuff.
Yeah,
but
I think give it one more year. Play a year married. Let your fiance.
You got to give it two. I don't think
Yeah. What's he
from what
do?
I'm seeing?
Taylor's gonna get bored as hell of him. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, no. It seems like the contract's at least extended another 3 years. But I don't know, man. Like, if I'm Travis Kelce, I'm guaranteed a Hall of Fame spot essentially at this point with the Super Bowl and all the stuff I've put up. My brother is making a shit ton of money in the media and working for ESPN, and he's the third worst person on there. Shout out Ryan Clark and Stephen A. Smith. And dude, they are, oh my God. Stephen A. Smith was like, I don't know how the Steelers didn't give Ryan Clark a call. It's because they don't want to deal with Ryan Clark's bullshit, dude. Are you kidding me? My God. Anyway, we won't talk about Ryan Clark and that racist piece of shit. Anyway, but I guess my point being, I don't know. And Travis, when's Pat going to be back? I know he said like, oh, I'm going to be back week 1. Yeah, dude, if I'm Patrick Mahomes, I'm going to say that too. Like, But let's be real. ACL, like he tore his ACL. Was it ACL or Achilles?
ACL.
ACL. I mean, brother, as someone who came back from knee surgery, like that is a brutal recovery. And this is the first one he's really like the first big one he's had in a long time.
It might be the identity shock the Chiefs need. Instead of this guy being Magic Man, learn how to manage that pocket. Understand if you want longevity. Anyway, I'm no coach, obviously.
No, this is what we're here for. We're speculating, brother. I like the way you're thinking.
I would hope he would act as more instead of a play extender of a bit of a gunslinger. Go back to your roots. Understand how you can throw the ball. And guess what? A lot of those receivers, they were not the stars they were until they gelled. So anyway, that's the hope.
That. No, I love that take, dude. I love that. And I think Patrick Mahomes is, an accurate enough, obviously an accurate enough passer to where he can sit in the pocket, let the play develop, and then extend if he absolutely needs to. You know what I mean? Go, like you said, going to that gunslinger, like an Aaron Rodgers, like a Phil Rivers, like a, he's hitting that point of his career. I think that is a great view of what's going on with the Chiefs and where they need to go from here, bro. That is.
And then you get some lucky studs, some Wes Welkers, I'm not comparing him to Brady, but if you want to be anything like Brady, like
hey, the comparison's there. How many Super Bowls he's won, how well successful he's been. Yeah. I mean, it's there and it's there for the taking. Well, do I think he can reach that mountaintop? I think it depends who comes in after Andy. I don't think you guys are going to win another Super Bowl until Andy Reid's gone. That's my hot take.
The Andy Reid curse. I like it. Yeah.
I don't even think it's the Andy Reid curse. I just think it's too much of the same message for too long. You know what I mean? And, Pat will be behind it and everything like that. But, the Jujus, the Hollywoods and everything like that, like...
Get them gone. Restart.
Yeah, restart. And, and that's where the Chiefs were successful. They were young. And they had, the resume of Bieniemy, the resume of Reid, the resume of everyone. And... That's interesting. Yeah, no, he needs to be I love that. I love that take. He needs to start being just a pocket passer who sometimes extends plays when he needs to. Because
I have one last thing too, just to
let me hear it.
My one degenerate thought. And there's about one line on here I am not confident in. I may be playing a little cushy here. I like this though. I'm going the over on the Seahawks Pats 45.5. Going the over.
Going over in the Super Bowl. Okay.
Going over, which
don't give away your pick. We'll do a pick show next week.
Oh, okay.
So don't give away your Super Bowl pick. No, the over is fine. I like the over at 45.5 too. I think that's going to move. And I think it's going to move up towards 47.5 by closing. I'm with you on that. So if you like the over, take it now.
No, I'll keep it to myself. I'm good. I thought we were doing some picks.
No, next Wednesday will be our Wednesday or Thursday. Haven't decided yet. Wednesday or Thursday will be our Super Bowl picks show, where not only we give away our Super Bowl picks, but also all of our props and everything like that, including my $500 coin toss bet.
Right on.
It's going to be. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. Heads or tails, we'll figure it out.
What color is the Kool-Aid?
Oh, I don't bet on that. There's, especially. And you got to go offshore for that. It's a hassle. It's a hassle. Last thought. Chargers are winning the NFC West next year. So just wanted to let you know that. Mike McDaniel. So many fucking Mikes in the NFL. And with the Mick, Mike McDaniel, the new offensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Chargers.
Good. Should not be a head coach.
No. He is the kind of guy where it's like, no, you are a offensive mastermind. Like, you just need to be ADD on that. Like, just go get it, bro. And he, hey, he put up 70 points as a head coach with the Dolphins. I think he can start doing like 40, 50 points on a regular basis as an OC with Justin Herbert as the quarterback. Okay. Now, will Harbaugh let him call the plays? That'll be an interesting conversation. I think he should, because then I think you'll open up that offense a lot more instead of just the run game, the play action. I think it'll develop a lot more. You have and Mike McDaniel loves doing the a lot of motions and everything. I think that'll fit well for this Chargers offense. But that's my last take of the night. You got anything else? Oh no, Arizona Cardinals is treading on Twitter.
Oh gosh, what for? Oh, did you already see it? Oh no, don't spoil. Don't spoil. What, did Ice rate him? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No.
Dude, no, they rated all the zips in Arizona.
I saw that.
Bullshit?
I was so sad. I was like, what? Just give me my freaking zipperitas.
Oh, dude, give me my zipperitas. What are we doing, bro?
Second interview with Mike LaFleur. What did you get?
I'm working towards finalizing a deal with Mike LaFleur. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of what Mike LaFleur has done on offense with the Rams for the last couple of years. I think that
yeah, they don't have the tools.
So many other better candidates. But we have to take the bottom of the barrel because we're a shit organization. I'm not upset with the hiring. I understand where we're at. I don't think he was sure as fuck won't bring back Kyler Murray because he's been playing against Kyler Murray twice a year for the last however many years. So he's seen Kyler. He ain't bringing back Kyler. Cardinals have a good draft pick. I don't think we'll use a quarterback on this one. I think we'll go with Jacoby Brissett one more year. I just want to cry. I don't want to be a football fan anymore.
I was trying to think of quarterbacks, but like most of them are locked up.
Bro, most of them are locked up, and they like Malik. Well, you could look at Malik Willis with the Packers, but they're going to give him an extension to continue to be their backup.
I was hoping Jaden Daniels, but he's locked for 3 more years.
He's done, yeah.
3 more years.
The only quarterback that I could kind of see coming to Arizona just because it's close to his home in California is Aaron Rodgers. But that was before the Mike McCarthy signing.
A-Rod's got a good thing in Pittsburgh. I know they booed him on that final game, but he's fine.
I hate this team so much. I hate this team. Why do we exist?
Who are going to be the draft picks?
Dude. So some bum from Mel Kiper wanted Dante Moore, but Dante Moore declared back to Oregon. Honestly,
Mendoza.
I can
pick up Fernando.
No, he's going number 1 overall to the Raiders. No, I've said for the last 3 years, all I want the Cardinals to do is draft the big boys. Like, give me nothing but D-line, O-line. D-line, O-line for the draft. Draft nothing but the big boys. We got enough on offense where Jacoby Brissett can make it work, but he's got to have longer than a second in the pocket in order to make it work. And so you get a couple of the big boys up front, a couple of the big on the offense and defensive side. That's all I want them to spend all of their draft capital on this year. Number 3 overall pick, the number whatever pick in the second round, et cetera, et cetera. Just give me big, beefy boys to block my quarterback and to get to the quarterback. That's what I want.
I mean, hey, Jacoby put up one of the best offensive years we've seen.
Dude, love Jacoby. I think Jacoby will be a great quarterback with a better offensive line. I think he's a good transition quarterback for the Cardinals until we suck ass next year and can draft a solid quarterback in next year's draft. I don't love the Mike LaFleur signing. I don't hate the Mike LaFleur signing. I just think it's they could have done better. But the owner doesn't want to do better. And if the owner doesn't want to do better, then we can't do anything about it.
I know they both said they're retiring, bro, but hit up Mike Tomlin, hit up Sean McDermott. Why not?
Why not? And just offer him a blank check. You're in a spot like the Arizona Cardinals. Just offer him a blank check. Come fix my franchise. Come fix my team. I know you said you wanted to take some time off, but come fix my shit.
Ooh, wait a minute. What about... Oh, dude, I don't know why... never mind. He's going to be locked up by Indiana. Who? I was going to say, I don't know why they didn't just go...
Danny Dimes?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, Dimes is going to get locked. He's locked up for 1 more year. No. And I think they're going to extend him.
Indiana. That coach.
Oh, Cignetti?
Yeah.
He's locked. He ain't leaving. He's about to get paid so much more money because winning the Natty triggered a clause in his contract to renegotiate.
Mm.
And so he's about to get a lot more money.
And
McCormick, thank you.
he's
You're
right.
right. You're
He's
right.
right,
You're
yeah.
right. He's locked in with the Steelers for another year. And then the Cardinals would have to trade. And what do we really have a value? We'd have to trade McBride, Harrison Jr., James Conner, and Michael Wilson, and probably Budda Baker as well in order to get Mike Tomlin. Good luck buying my teams for it. Yeah, fuck you. Okay, McCormick. Yeah, fuck you.
It's
okay?
not happening. No, Tomlin's the most. He's
okay. You know what? Hold on, Joe. I'm sorry. I've been waiting to say this, McCormick. Indiana, the worst college football team in the world, has a Heisman Trophy winner. How many Heisman Trophy winners come from Tennessee? Okay, McCormick. Huh? Name them. Joe, don't waste your time Googling, because I'll tell you right now, it's fucking nobody. Oh, we're so good. We're in the SEC. We're Tennessee. Bunch of bums. Anyway, that was my anti-SEC rant for the day. But that's all I got today, Joe. You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, thank you for having me on. Thanks for sticking around.
Dude, always, brother. It's been a great time. You'll be on tomorrow with us?
Absolutely. Yes, please.
Dude, hell yeah. Tomorrow, the kid, Joe himself, will be live with myself and the Money Train Noah as we break down
the
PG.
He's got a good point here.
I'm not talking about Arizona. I'm not talking I'm not talking Arizona. I'm talking Tennessee football. I asked you a question about Tennessee in reference to Indiana, okay? Okay. How many natties does Tennessee have in basketball? Huh? Actually, I don't want to get into that argument. Anyway, we'll be live tomorrow covering the PGA and all of our best picks, locks, everything like that. But thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. Shout out to everyone here on Rumble over on YouTube. Y'all are the best. Thank you to the young gun, the kid Joe, for coming on tonight. I, of course, am the Brofict one, AJ, and we'll see you all next time on Degenerate Takes.